let's go into the next part of this podcast, which is going to be...
Are we going to do the fan casting or are we going to do the test?
No, we're doing the test first.
The tests! All right, guys. We have to do our tests.
Can someone actually drop the Radiant quiz link in chat? Official Knights Radiant Order quiz.
Ooh.
That's right, folks. Are you ready for this?
I'm not ready.
Do you want to go first or second? It looks like that's going to be the way to do this.
Chat, who's going to go first? You decide.
Chat, me or Claroos?
And what do you think you're going to get?
Is that going to look good? Yeah, you can see everything that way. Oh, what do I think I'm going to get? I think that I am going to get...
You're allowed to place bets on this if you want, chat.
I think I am going to get Bondsmith, because I'm a very, very special boy.
I don't think Bondsmith is in there.
Yeah, it is.
Never mind.
It's increasingly rare, or it's very rare.
Yeah, no, you are a very special boy.
I could see Will Shaper or Edge Dancer. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
All right. People want you to go first.
Okay, I'm going first. Here we go.
Let's go. I'm excited.
Official Knights Radiant Order quiz. You're gonna have to help me with this because we have to keep each other honest.
Okay.
Can we open 2 windows and do it simultaneously? Oh, I guess we could do that. Do you want to do that?
Sure. We just have to remember which window is whose tab.
That won't be hard.
All right.
Because one of us will be ahead of the other. All right. Heart on sleeve, poker face.
Oh, it's like a slider.
Yeah.
Oh. I think you're more hard on sleeve.
No, I think I'm more poker face.
What? You make it very clear how you feel about everything. You're not afraid to show your opinions. You're not afraid to love things. You're not afraid to hate things.
I know, but I also fucking lie, and I also will say shit just to say shit a lot. I'm not a poker face in book club. That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's go 75% hard on sleeve.
75? Okay, I was gonna say more like 60.
No.
Because I think you can do the poker face very well. You just choose not to most of the time.
That's fair.
That's why I mean 60.
All right, Claroos, hard on sleeve or poker face?
Oh no, I would be 90% hard on sleeve.
Okay.
I will stare at people on the bus and I'm like, why are you watching TikTok out loud?
Yeah.
I don't really try to hide anything.
Yeah, James Ross, I do a lot of bits, which is why I think I'm kind of poker facey.
That's why I say 60%, not 75.
Yeah, here's the thing. I am really honest with book club because I can be, because it's my space. I'm going to go 70.
All right.
But when I'm in public, I'm very fake with a lot of people.
You mask.
But I don't... Well, but that's the thing. Even this is a little bit... I'm very autistic sometimes. And so I do feel like the face that I present to a lot of people isn't my real one, but here I'm real because I can be.
Mm.
And so that's where I'm I understand that people who watch our reactions or things that are in my space are you're a very hard on sleeve person,
mm-hmm.
but it's because it's my space. When I'm outside of my space, I feel like I'm very fake with a lot of people because I'm not safe to be me.
This is why I say 60%.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 70 because I do think I can cry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Whereas I don't really have a lot of neurodivergent people talk about masking, and I don't do that.
Yeah.
You know me, I am the same.
Yeah.
Here that I am in the world.
Confident needs reassurance. What about you?
You know what? I'm gonna say that's actually pretty close. Yeah, you don't give a fuck.
And also, if you try and de-assure me of something, I'm probably still gonna do it. I don't care.
That's why he heckles you, chat.
If you want to go to Amazon Prime right now, Cross Season 1, Episode 6, you can see my penis on television.
Yeah, but that's not... I'm naked online as well.
And I think that you're very confident.
Yeah,
I think we're YouTubers professionally. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't go 100.
There's a minimum amount of confidence that you kind of have to be willing to sit on camera for as long as we do, giving our I think the people who are YouTubers that need reassurance are people who don't have a real opinion online. Who are like, I'm a cozy streamer and I don't want to talk about politics because I would hate to lose a single member of my audience because the number is the only thing that matters to me. Meanwhile, I'm like, hey, you like slavery? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I'm going to go like 70.
Great.
I think that's pretty...
You're very confident, babe.
Accurate.
Babe, your tits are on the internet.
Yeah. I feel like I am pretty confident.
All right, let's do you next. Cautious or daring? Let's keep in mind that people can buy your nudes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, when you put it like that...
I do have a video of you flashing the camera on top of the Griffith Observatory with the Hollywood sign behind you.
Yeah, that's true.
In public.
Okay, I'm gonna go like 65% daring. You know? I think that's good. Sometimes I get a little bit too in my head where I'm like, oh, should I for like certain things. But I think 65
and you're not physically, like, you're not like you don't like extreme sports or things like that.
No, I can't do that.
Yeah.
No, can't do that.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm gonna go like 85% daring.
Yeah, that checks out.
You'll
do anything.
I'm not
You're
gonna...
like an unknown orgy ad on Craigslist? Yeah, why not, actually? Why would I not do that?
That's so true.
I think 85 might be a little low, actually.
No, because I
official ACM, that is very funny.
When I am like in certain positions, I do go, that's not worth risking my body.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I am cautious, like you, like I'm cautious around, like, when I was doing a lot of skiing and snowboarding, there were times where I was like, I could try that. I'm not going to.
Yeah, okay. 85 checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Are you library or dojo? What? I'm sorry, what does that mean?
That's like are you like reading or like physical activities? I'm gonna leave that at 50-50. I really enjoy both. You know what I mean?
But I need context for this because is it what you enjoy?
I don't know why you need context for this. It's so simple.
No, is it what you
library
enjoy or is it
dojo?
how you learn? Because if it's how you learn, I need hands-on experience 100%. But I
understand what you're saying. Okay,
I enjoy
okay.
reading and I enjoy being physical. So, chat, do you know if this is meant to be like a how you learn type of scenario?
I was thinking it's a like where would you find yourself?
I don't know. I can't tell from this random slider.
Where would you rather be, the library or the dojo?
Okay. Because I was like,
I'm going 50-50. I'm like a guy who's like, I'm gonna go to the gym and then I'm gonna go to the library after. Yeah. Like that sounds like a great afternoon to me.
Yeah.
I see it as nerd or jock, but that's where I'm 50-50, right? Like I'm nerdy nightly, but I also played hockey for 12 years competitively, and like if someone was like, hey, do you want to go play shinny this afternoon? I would do book club, and then I would go put on skates and go play. You know what I mean? Like, I really do feel like I am both of those things.
Yeah. For me, Gritzer, the answer is actually very different if it's about how you learn, because I would go very far to dojo if it's how you, if it has to do with learning.
Because you don't learn well by reading.
No, I can't fucking do it. Yeah. But I think I'll go move me over 60% dojo.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty accurate.
I mean, I would have gone further dojo for you just because of how much you work out and how... Here's the thing. I can sit in a chair for a week and read, and it doesn't affect my mental health. If you sat in a chair and read for a week and you didn't work out, it would drastically decrease your mental health.
I would start rolling around on the floor while I read.
But that's my point. Like, I feel like your, like, physical health, you love the working out part in a way that it, like, improves your mental health, whereas I do it because I know I need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wolf pack or lone wolf? For Claroos?
Alright, give me like a 90.
No.
Alright.
No. Lone wolf Claroos? Not even a fucking little bit.
All right.
Not even 99%.
Hey, I've been alone while you've been at rehearsals or shows for like 3 months.
Being able to be alone and how you function. You are a community girly.
Yeah, I know. I am aware. All right, your turn.
I love you so much.
Great. That's a little far.
You think so?
Yeah.
Before you, I was alone most of the time.
Yeah. Nerdy's mom literally told me, like, when we got married, she was like, I didn't think that Nerdy would ever like anybody enough to marry them. And I was like, oh, all right. So.
Yeah, I'm like 70% lone wolf. In that I need alone time to... The reason why I don't think I'm very wolf-packy isn't actually... It's not because I don't enjoy other people's presence. I do. I oftentimes am better at accomplishing tasks if I can go just get it done by myself and not have to explain why
if that's
I'm doing things.
Then that changes my answer.
But no, that's not the only thing.
Yeah.
I need time by myself to get the energy to be social. In a way that you get energy from being social.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I know when I'm with people, I hit my battery limit where I'm like, I need to go be alone. Sometimes I go to the bathroom at parties so I can sit for 5 minutes and recharge enough to go back to the conversation.
Yeah.
And so I know that about myself. And I am that guy.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair.
Okay, this one's me. Peacemaker or Firebrand? I'm going to go like 80% Firebrand.
What does that mean?
That you keep the peace in conversation. And I think based on book club, I don't think I can go any less than 80% Firebrand. Carrie, thank you for becoming a member.
Thank you. Driveway shoveled, so now I'm finally ready to let the chipmunk versions of Nerdy Claroos catch me up on everything. Happy fucking New Year to that. Thank you.
Happy New Year, Carrie. Thank you for being here.
Hopefully, I wonder what we sound like at fucking 3 times speed.
I think I'm like an 80% Firebrand. I can be a peacemaker if I have to be.
Yeah.
But it is not natural to me. I am very much opinionated, and I've burned... The reason I know I'm a Firebrand is there are professional places in the theater industry that I will never work again because I fucking torched those relationships. And, like, not even like, oops, I accidentally did that. I have gone into artistic directors' offices before and burnt my relationship with the theater to the ground to let them know how I feel about how I was treated. Yeah. Christian Rapper, this is the official Knights Radiant quiz on Brandon Sanderson's website.
Yeah.
I will burn a relationship to the ground if I feel... If I do not like you, I will let you know so that you stay out of my life. I will straight up just tell you I actually would rather never see your face again. Mm-hmm. And I've said that to many people, and it has treated me really well. I love the circle of people around me. I don't feel like I have to be fake with any of the people in my friend group.
Fair.
And even the people who are in the friend group that I'm at parties with know that I'm not a fan of them, and we just deal with that.
Yeah.
And I don't...
There's no bullshit.
No.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I think I'm like 70 the other way.
Yeah. You balance me out. But you're not fully... You'll start a fight.
Oh yeah, if someone's doing shit that like I'm not okay with,
yeah,
I'm not gonna pretend to like placate, but I do try and be peacemaker in that like if there are misunderstandings, I will try and smooth those over as opposed to making it a big deal.
You also will just cut people out silently, but you won't tell them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
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 I think I just lost Bondsmith, by the way, by putting Firebrand as... This website's like, well, he's not a Bondsmith. I'm a Bondsmith in the way that Dalinar is. You know what I mean? Like, he's not a peacemaker.
He's a fucking war criminal.
Alright.
Yeah. Spiritual or skeptical? Move me over to, like, 30%. Like
70-30?
I think so. I don't really believe in any kind of religion. I don't even really believe in, like, ghosts. Like, I've never had an encounter that has made me feel like there is something out there greater that I cannot see.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I think that, like, I would be spiritual in the way that I think, like, I think that life is sacred in a sense.
Interesting.
But I wouldn't really go any further than... Even that might feel a bit far. Bro, you believe in ghosts.
I believe in ghosts because I've seen them, but I'm skeptical as hell. I did not believe in ghosts until I saw a ghost. I went, okay, I believe in that now. I am almost 100% skeptical. At the age of 4 years old, I told my mom that church was dumb, because why would God exist?
Oh, I told the church that God was dead and we had to move provinces.
Yeah, but you were repeating something that you heard.
Yeah.
I believed in my core that, like, what I was learning in Sunday school was not true.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I definitely was not allowed to hang out with certain friends because, like, they would go to church and I'd be like, why? That's silly. Like...
I also don't, like, I believe in ghosts because I've experienced ghosts in my life, and I don't think that that is a spiritual thing. And that is I think ghosts are science. I think it's a science we don't understand yet. I don't think it's a religion.
All right. Then, yeah, I think maybe my number needs to move over further as well.
Well, it depends on what you believe in ghosts to be, right? Like...
But I don't believe in that.
But you believe, like, spiritual, that, like, human life is sacred, and I don't believe that.
I mean, in the way that, like, all life has value.
See, I don't believe that, though.
Okay.
I think that we're just living. I don't think there's inherent value to life. Other than what we, like, ascribe to it as humans, but I don't think there's, like, a, like, spiritual level value to it.
I don't know, put me, like, 80. I don't think 95, but I think, like... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks about right.
All right, Claroos, leader or facilitator? Oh, I should leave this here so that people can see what we're doing.
More facilitator.
Yeah.
I can lead,
like
but
70?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
I can lead and I have led, and people are like, wow, you're a good leader, but I'll never be the first person to kind of, like, take charge. Like, unless there's no one else who steps in... Like, yeah. I won't.
Yeah.
I can and I have. And I've had people tell me that they see me in that light, and I don't understand it.
Yeah.
So I think, 30-70 is pretty close.
Spooter's right. I also believe in absolute free will, and I think that any sort of precognition in terms of free will is nonsense.
What does that mean?
I don't believe that... I don't even believe... Like, modern physics tells us that the universe is actually predetermined and that things are playing out. We just can't see the, like, reason why it's predetermined. I think that's absolutely nonsense.
That's
I think that
silly. Existence
is just existence. And to try and ascribe any sort of, like, determination to it is folly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go, like, 80% leader.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Like, I'm not 100% in that, like, when I'm an actor, I can follow direction. You know what I mean? Like, I know how to do that stuff.
Yeah.
But I am more comfortable.
It's like you're often the DM, right?
Yeah.
And I'm the person who fills in where the party needs a player. Like,
yeah.
Oh, sure, I will be the cleric if that's what we need. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guard dog, alley cat.
You're a guard dog. Yeah. I don't know what alley cat means.
Yeah, there's only a couple hundreds for me, but guard dog versus alley cat is 1,000% me.
Yeah. What does... Yeah.
I get very defensive very quickly of other people.
Yeah, I don't know what alley cat means.
I don't know, but I think that you're more of an alley cat.
Because I like cats? Like, I don't... I'm kind of just tempted...
that was the only reason why
I'm honestly tempted to leave that one at 50-50.
Sure. You can be... Actually, yeah, because you can be very guard doggy. I would almost lean more guard doggy with you. Like, you get very defensive of your friends. More so than you do of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you would defend... If we go with, like, are you defending others or are you, like, more self-motivated in defense? I think that you put up with a lot of shit directed towards you that you wouldn't allow to be directed towards the people in your life.
Yeah.
So I'd almost lean you more guard doggy.
Okay, put me at, like, 60 then. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compassionate, dispassionate.
Oh, man. Depends on the day. Depends on how much I've been on Twitter.
Yeah.
Honestly. I definitely think I used to be a much more compassionate person.
Yeah.
Because I truly believed that, like, everyone had good intentions. And that everyone had the capacity to be wonderful human beings. And Twitter has definitely ruined my perspective on humanity.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna lean more compassionate.
I definitely agree with that. How far?
Yeah, like 70, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, like here's the thing. I draw certain boundaries for myself where I'm like, I can't listen to this. I need to cut myself off because it's just.
Where would you put me here? I know where I think I am, but where would you put me on this?
I would put you at 80% compassionate.
I was gonna go 85.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I just like.
You can't cut yourself off.
Yeah.
You feel like you have to carry all of the burdens.
I'm a nihilist in that I don't like the direction the world is headed.
Yeah.
But I care very deeply about it constantly.
Yeah.
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 And I do genuinely try and do best by other people.
Yeah. No, I believe that 1,000%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heart or head?
I definitely lean head, but not hugely. Like, I think I have a lot of heart, but I'm going to go like 65 head.
Giggity.
My head is better than 65%, I promise.
Yeah, I'm going to go the opposite.
You're going to, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would not call myself particularly.
I don't think you're motivated by your intelligent. You are very intelligent, but you're not like motivated by that very often.
Yeah.
I would even go like 75.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heart.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Oh, actually, you know what? That's a good point.
What? Oh. There you go.
There we go.
Nice. Well done.
Flamboyant or reserved?
You?
I think I have to go 100 there, right?
Yeah, I think legally you're obligated to. I don't think you have a reserved bone in your body.
I think I have to go 100% flamboyant.
Yeah, legally.
All right. Flamboyant or reserved? Weirdly, you're a theater kid, but you have some reserved elements to you.
Do I? What about me is reserved? I'm naked on the internet.
Yeah. There are some ways in which you are reserved, though.
Okay. Well, like what?
You're really bad at flirting. Like, you're not, like, exuberant in that.
Yeah, if you would consider that flamboyant versus reserved.
But flamboyant is, like, an energy, right? You're not, like, big and energetic in that way. You're very social in a way that people gravitate towards. Mm-hmm. But you're not big about it. Like, I wouldn't give you 100% flamboyant. You're you're not loud.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. Put me at like 80%.
I don't even think you're that much, but I'll put you there.
You don't think so?
No, you're not very flamboyant, babe. You're not big. Emotionally. In the way that I am. You know what I mean? I think that sometimes you let that shine through, but I don't think it's very natural to you. I think you're a much more reserved person.
This just kind of sounds like it's feeling like hard on your sleeve kind of vibe.
No, it's not hard on your sleeve. It's like, it's the size of it. Flamboyance is like the bigness of it, right? Like, it's a difference between, like, Sutton Foster, who's, like, incredibly flamboyant on stage, and, like, I'm trying to think of someone who's...
Sarah Bareilles?
Yeah. You know what I mean? I think that you're more Sarah Bareilles than you are Sutton Foster.
See, I would definitely disagree with that. When I saw Sutton Foster on stage, I was like, oh, that feels like kind of more like my vibes. Because she has that like out there awkwardness that is charming.
But she's so big about it.
Yeah.
And you're not, like, you don't, like, take up space in that way.
Roland, I don't know.
What?
I don't ask people.
I mean, you're noticed because you're hot.
I don't think that...
No one ever describes you as being a lot.
Well, I think that's because we surround ourselves with other people who are a lot.
Right. We surround ourselves with very flamboyant people.
Like, if we were to go to, like... What do normal people do? Like...
I think that I'm not saying that you would be on the reserved side.
Okay.
But I'm saying that, like, you would be slightly more flamboyant than normal people. But amongst our very flamboyant friends, you are often the least flamboyant.
That is fair. Okay, yeah. I would go, like, maybe, like, 70.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Just because you, like... It's just interesting, right? Like, you're a theater kid, and so you're not reserved.
No.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But but you're right. I am not the most out there of all the theater kids. You know what I mean? Like,
and you get embarrassed by the ones that are. I think that that's what it is. I think that's why I push back a little bit.
You have no shame.
Is because when we're all being flamboyant, I do sometimes look over at you and you're going, guys, we're in public.
Yeah.
And you're the person in our group who goes, there are other people around.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
While the rest of us are fucking, like, doing handstands in the middle of the mall. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm happy with that.
Ooh, letter of the law, spirit of the law.
For funsies or for realsies?
For realsies.
Because for funsies, it's very fun to, like, be like, here's what the letter of the law is and how can I get around it. I think I'm definitely more spirit of the law.
Yeah.
Like, I think that every circumstance has its own nuance to it. Like
65? More? Less?
Probably more. 75?
Okay.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
It's a tough one.
I feel like you're actually more in the middle.
Yeah, I think that I think that I believe in the letter of the law in that it is what we've all agreed to.
Yeah.
I just find the laws frustrating. But I do think it is important to have an agreement on what the laws are. It's
like you're like, here's why we have, like, definitions of, like, war crimes and, like, you know...
there has to be some basis of understanding between people.
Yeah.
And so it's really tough, because I do think I'm very close to the...
I would honestly, leave it 50-50.
I would, like, almost even go, like, 55% letter.
All right.
Like, I think that I lean, like, almost further letter of the law. I just disagree with... I'm going to go 60. I just disagree with a lot of laws.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Like, I think that it is important for humanity to... And this is why I actually think I'm more letter of law. I think it is important for us to agree on what the laws are so that society functions.
Yeah.
Because if we go completely spirit of the law, it just gets too complicated, and that is where... Here's a problem with going full spirit of the law.
Well, but no, you remember that woman that, like, fucking was being trafficked and then killed, like, her, like...
Yeah.
The person holding her hostage? Letter of the law says that, like, she committed murder, so...
But I think that law is the problem. Because the spirit of the law there is still that murder's bad.
Yeah.
Right? Like, the spirit of the law doesn't change that one more. Do you know what I mean? I think the law is the problem there. Not the letter or the spirit of it.
Okay.
But in the case of letter of the law versus spirit of the law, I do feel like we do need to have, like, a group understanding of the letter of the law.
Okay.
It's just not as black and white as... but there are laws that I think are the problem.
Sure. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you free-spirited or are you disciplined? You better slide that way over.
See, this one's interesting because I actually don't... I think that I'm very close to the middle on this.
Really?
Yeah, I think that you kind of have to be to do what we do. Like, here's my thing.
But, like, but if you don't have someone else's schedule to adhere to, like, you know, like, we say that we're going to try and get up in the mornings, but when we're left to our own devices, like, oftentimes we're like, oh, God, okay, now we got to get up and we got to go to the gym, and...
I understand that, but also I've put out a One Piece video every Monday and Thursday for 19 months without missing one. I think that I'm disciplined about the things I want to be disciplined about, and the gym to me just hasn't been as much a priority as this channel. But, like, if you look at the consistency of Nerdy Nightly, while I was doing a musical full-time, and the fact that I have reactions going up on 2 different channels and ran Heroes Without Borders, and got all of that done, sometimes by reacting till midnight on nights when I had a show the next morning, when I was exhausted and didn't have a voice.
Yeah.
Got up, warmed up, did all of the things that I needed to do to have my show. I didn't miss a single show of this run, even when I didn't feel good. I performed on a fucked up knee for like 2 weeks. Like, I have the discipline of my craft. And so it's tough because, like, I've done a lot of... I'm free-spirited in the sense of, like, I like to do a lot of things, and I like to try things, and I'm out there in that way. But I also, like... I do know that, like, if I need to do 8 shows a week, I can have the exact temperament that I need to do those 8 shows. Like, I can do every single thing I need to do to get those 8 shows to be as healthy and perfect as I need to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And, like, I honestly think I am more disciplined than free-spirited.
Yeah.
In that, right? Like, I think a more free-spirited person would be like, I'm going to post videos when I want to.
Yeah.
Right? The schedule on the channel doesn't matter. We'll just post when I'm feeling like it.
Yeah.
Because we have friends who do that.
Yeah.
And they're very successful. But I'm like, Monday and Thursday's One Piece, Tuesday's Demon Slayer, Wednesday's JJK. We do not miss them.
Yeah.
I will record until 2 o'clock in the morning to make sure that schedule is met. My Patreon videos are up at least a week before. And, like, you know, obviously there's been times where shit's happened and that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
But, like, I am very disciplined in terms of making sure that these channels have the content that they need to keep going.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, it's tough, right? Like, I don't let things...
It's weird because, like, I feel like the nature of our jobs is so free-spirited.
Yes.
But is that what this question means? Like, because, like, you can't, like...
But when I was a waiter... I was the best damn waiter in that restaurant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when I am doing something, I do it right.
Yeah.
And no one questions my work ethic. And so it's weird because I think my like free time is very free spirited.
Yeah.
I am open to doing anything. My work ethic is very disciplined.
Yeah.
And so I don't know where to put myself on this.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Like, I take my work very seriously.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm, like, right down the middle.
Yeah.
That's a tough I grew up in the dance world. Like, I'm too much of a dancer to ever be truly free-spirited.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, no, I'll do my exercises.
Yeah.
I also, like, lost 60 pounds in 6 months one time. Because I was like, oh, I don't eat sugar anymore.
Yeah.
I don't always commit to it, but when I am committed to things, I'm committed to them.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't had pop in, like, what, 6-7 years?
Well, but now I have those Zevias.
Yeah, but they're sugar-free pop.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Yeah. Seth Butler, I agree with you. I don't feel like these two things are opposites of one another. I think that you can be very disciplined and very free-spirited.
Yeah,
Because being free-spirited, like, will I go to an orgy? Absolutely. You know what I mean? I one time was at a party in Brooklyn, and I wasn't supposed to go to the party. I went to this artist's house to get headshots taken of me, and while the headshots were being taken, a bunch of people started showing up. And the guy's like, oh yeah, we're having a party tonight. And I was like, oh great. He's like, do you want to stay and, like, hang out? And I was like, yeah, of course. Ended up at this house all night doing drugs with these people I just met that day. This woman walked into the middle of the room, put a chair down, took her clothes off. She was wearing a robe. She, like, took her robe off. Everyone sat down, took out sketch pads, and started to draw her. This party was a drink and drugs and draw. And so everyone was drawing this naked model. So the model and I start talking between her sets. and we're vibing on being artists and all that stuff. And she's like, oh, you should go next. And I was like, yeah, okay. And so I took my clothes off at this party, sat on this chair in the middle of the room, posed, and just sat there nude while like 45 people were drawing me with charcoal for like 6 minutes. And then I did like 3 different poses over the course of the night. I was naked most of the night in this room, didn't put a robe on between sets, just kind of walked around nude, didn't think anything of it. So like on that end of the spectrum, I'm very free-spirited because like I will do that. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But I also sat there for like a 10-minute pose and didn't move a muscle because it was important to me that I do the poses well. Yeah. And in that end of the spectrum, I'm very disciplined. And so I don't know how to answer this question, so I'm going to leave it 50-50.
Yeah. This one is definitely the toughest one.
Yeah.
Because I also don't know for me either.
Yeah.
I think I'm very disciplined when it comes to things that I enjoy.
You are more disciplined than free-spirited. If I'm 50-50, you lean more disciplined. You go to the gym even when you feel like ass.
Because I feel better after the gym. Because I have a response and I feel better.
But your discipline makes you feel better. Your commitment to your goals makes you feel better, which I think is a very disciplined way of...
Yeah, but if it's not something that I don't get anything out of personally, I'll fuck around. Like, I'm bad at responding to emails. Like, I was terrible in school because I would leave things to the very last minute because I was just doing whatever the fuck I wanted to do. And so I've made the things that I'm disciplined about things that I want to do, so I'm disciplined about them. But also,
your dedication to your body though is an incredible discipline, babe. It's like an impressive discipline that I'm like jealous of. I wish I had.
And meanwhile, I'm sitting here being like, I am a fucking failure because I never became a dancer and I'm still injured 5 years later.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where I'm like, I also have no idea how to answer this.
Chloe has an interesting proposition here. I saw this question as what percentage of the time do you do things you want to rather than what you should be doing or vice versa? Not can you be disciplined while doing what you want to do? The problem for us
is that we've made what we should be doing what we want to be doing.
Yeah. And so it's really difficult for us to answer that question because yes, I'm very disciplined about watching One Piece for my anime channel.
Yeah.
I love One Piece, and I love making reaction content. I think it's very fun, and I love what I do for a living. It's also what I do for a living. And so when I'm doing Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, it's a musical for kids, I'm very disciplined about being good on stage.
Yeah.
But also, I love being on stage, and it's my job.
Yeah.
And so when you make everything that you do in your life things that you enjoy, it's really hard to differentiate those things.
Yeah.
More extreme example, do you pay your taxes versus going on vacation with the money? I make sure that I have both.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go to... I don't think, like, going to jail is free-spirited.
No, but we have a friend... Like... No, but we have a friend that I had to convince to go to a financial advisor and do her last 10 years of taxes because she had never paid her taxes before, and she was 30.
Well, and that's why I wouldn't put the slider towards free-spirited... But, I just realized it's flipped for them. So I'm going like this way, but it's actually this way for them.
Yeah.
I'm not really... I wouldn't go any further free-spirited, but I don't know if I should move it more towards disciplined.
I would say you're more disciplined. But it's what you feel. I've already convinced you to go further on one end, so I don't want to convince you again.
No, but I think that it's more interesting as an open conversation.
Yeah.
Because, I think for things that I love... and that I, like, hyper-fixate on, I am incredibly disciplined. But it doesn't apply to everything.
I think that if you weren't injured and dance was an option, you would be committed 100% to it. You know what I mean? Like, I think that the thing that's stopping you from that is not your free spirit. It is a physical injury.
Yeah.
And you're getting old now. For that specific career.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
And honestly, like, you make way more money than any dancer we know.
I know. I just, like, you know.
How good are you at doing things you don't want to do, but have to, like, filing your taxes? Do you put them off to the last second? Yes.
Kind of, yeah.
We're both procrastinators.
Yeah. But is that free-spirited?
Well, and part of the problem
is
that
done.
You and I are intelligent and know ourselves very well.
Yeah.
And so we know exactly how much time things are going to take.
All right, give me like 55%. So we're not the exact same.
Obedient, rebellious. Is this in bed or is this...
My mother tried to get me diagnosed with oppositional defiance disorder when I was younger. So I'm going to say that I'm not particularly obedient. I will always question why.
Yeah. I think 75 is good.
I think 75 is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. You could add in bed after every one of these. Disciplined in bed.
84.
Sure.
I fought with enough directors. One time we were in a rehearsal. This was way back in the day. For Spring Show at Young Canadians. A show that does not matter and has no plot. And we were doing the Pinball Wizard from Tommy. And Mark, the teacher, who I didn't like. Mark and I never really got along.
Mark is...
was like, okay, and now, Brett, you're going to turn around and join the dance. And verbally, in the rehearsal, I went, so the deaf, dumb, and blind character is going to start singing and dancing? And Mark got so mad. We had to have a conversation in the office.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised at that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you creative or conventional? Yeah.
Like 94?
Sure.
I don't think I'm a very conventional person.
No.
Creatively. I think I like... Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to go 90.
All right.
I like traditional structure in storytelling enough that I can't go 100% creative. Okay. I am a believer that... Here's why. I'm a believer that the best art comes from people understanding the rules of art and using them to tell great stories.
Yeah.
And I think that if you're 100% creative, you're just kind of like, I threw spaghetti at the wall and look at the shapes that I made.
Yeah.
And I think that is actually not... I don't think there's enough convention in that for you to have actually done anything interesting.
Yeah.
And some people will disagree with me, and that's fine. This is a very subjective idea of art.
For sure.
But I do think the best art ever is the stuff where I understand how much understanding the creator had of the rules of art. Right?
Fair.
Like, the reason why Sondheim is so brilliant is because he just understands music foundationally so well.
Yeah.
And he's able to fuck with it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
No, James Ross. Jackson Pollock understood the foundation of art.
Wait, are we on...
Oh, that one's... Oh, shit, wait. Wait.
Yeah, no, so we gotta flip those. So this one should be...
This one should be 75. And this should be... So your creative is gonna be whatever you want it to be. And then mine is 85.
You gotta change...
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And then...
And the free-spirited discipline, you wanted at 50.
And then I went with 90. No, I think I went 55.
No, you went 50-50, and I went 55.
Oh, right.
Yeah, oopsie. I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
I knew this was going to happen.
Thank you for catching that, because that would have been a nightmare.
Yeah.
And then this is 50.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
So then how creative are you?
Here's the thing. I feel like I think to be conventional, you have to know what the conventions are, and I don't know.
That's so funny.
Am I wrong, though?
No.
That is code 76. That's how I was able to tell.
Yeah,
because I know which tab is which. I definitely, here's the thing. I think I am very creative. Whether or not it's 100% or not is questionable, because I don't think that I have I don't really think I have many original ideas. But I don't know.
Where do you want to be?
I don't know.
Where do you want to be?
I think you can be conventional unintentionally,
yeah.
So put me at 80.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I agree with that. I don't think... I think that sometimes...
I'm very happy with how creative I was with, my Keyleth cosplay.
Yeah.
But I don't think that applies to everything that I do.
Yeah, and I do think that you don't... How do I say this? I think that you aren't as driven by creation sometimes.
Sure. Yeah.
Whereas, like, I'm like, I need to do something new. I'm gonna, like, create worlds. Like, I have a book full of ideas. I come to you, like, once a week, and I'm like, I've got a book I want to write. Yeah. And I can explain, like...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I draw that out of me because that's how I express myself.
Yeah.
In a way where, like, you don't necessarily need to create to express yourself. You can just express yourself in a healthier way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dependable and flexible. This one is weird. I don't know how these are opposites at all. I feel like I am very dependable because I am flexible with my schedule. You know what I mean? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
I think what they're saying is, like, are you consistent or are you varied? Right?
I feel like I'm pretty consistent.
Yeah. I think you're very dependable.
Yeah, like, I don't really have, like, mood swings. Like, I don't really change my opinions on things that often. Yeah, this question is a weird one, Atomic. I agree.
There's a couple false dichotomies. Yeah, I do agree. This one is the one that I feel like the problem with this one is that in order to be dependable, you have to be flexible.
Yeah, like, if I were to go into, like, a group conversation to do something, like, I would be very flexible on the structure of what we were doing or whatever it was. Yeah. But I'm also very dependable. Like, if we were, like, going to hang out with people, I'm very flexible about what we're going to do. I don't care. Yeah. I don't see how that's the opposite of dependable at all. Cause
I think I'm dependable because if you're like, hey, can you come help me move tonight? I'm like, yeah, let's figure it out.
Which is also flexible. Yeah. Yeah. This has to be a 50-50 one. I really have no idea how I could lean one way or the other.
If say this word was predictable versus flexible, which way would you go?
Predictable versus flexible.
Because that's what they say in chat, and I like that from Greibach there.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like I am also equal parts flexible and predictable. I feel like I'm very consistent.
Which is
But then I'm also open to trying new things and going with the flow.
See, I would lean you more dependable just because I know how good you are at committing to things.
Am I?
I think that you're the glue that holds a lot of those things together.
I don't know. 50-50 is a legit option there. Yeah, I kind of, yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, go 50-50.
It's funny that it's not really how I see myself, but I appreciate it.
I'm going to go definitely more like 70 dependable.
I think you can be a little more rigid.
Yeah, I sometimes struggle with being flexible. Time-wise, I can be very flexible, but, like, ideas-wise, I sometimes need us to commit to something and follow through.
Yeah.
I'm not always great at changing the plan. And that can be one way for me to have struggles socially with people is that I'm not the most flexible person.
And if
honestly, I'm going to go further. I think I'm going to go 80%. I do think that I think that one of my biggest failings, and one thing that I'm really working on as a person, is being better at not letting my autism get very frustrated when things are changing around me.
Yeah.
And I know that that's a problem. And I'm sorry if that has caused any social rigor with you and me in the past. To anyone who might be watching.
Oh, it's like...
I know there are people who are like he just wouldn't let that go. And I wouldn't. And I know that it's something that I'm, like, actively aware of. Yeah. And want to be better about.
Yeah. And I think that if you switch out dependable for predictable as well, like, I think that, like...
I'm very predictable.
Yeah, you have the things that you like. You could eat the same meal every day. Yeah. You have your chair that you like, you know? Like, yeah. I 100%. I would agree with that.
Ooh, down to earth or head in the clouds for me.
Here's the thing. I feel like almost like the nitpickiness leans you, like, down to earth in a sense. Cause you're
you
like...
think?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Rigid, down to earth?
Yeah.
But I don't know how head in the clouds I am. I'm not really a very head in the clouds person.
No, not really. Here's a
like
problem.
Almost at all.
I think head in the clouds, unfortunately, has a connotation of being intertwined with creativity in my brain.
Oh, I don't think that.
But... Fuck off, Jesus.
Like, I'm going, like, 90% down. I'm going to go 95% down to earth.
Go for it.
Because I'm very realistic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not an optimist very often. I don't view the best in people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, chat. No.
I'm a little bit like, what have you done for me lately? Like, I think I'm a very down-to-earth person.
I don't think you're tit for tat kind of.
All right, down to earth, head in the clouds, Claroos.
I don't know. I definitely am head in the clouds when it comes to, like, time blindness.
I think you're a little head in the clouds because you don't, like, acknowledge what's going on.
What do you mean?
I think sometimes you're, like, a little unaware. And it's an ADHD thing. Where, like, sometimes I think you're a little gone.
Where you will find me standing in a random hallway.
Or even just in a conversation. Where you'll literally be listening and you'll be like, I don't really know where we're at. It's almost like you're like, can you like sum up the last few sentences of this so that I understand what we're talking about?
Yeah, and I feel like I definitely get distracted in that sense. Yeah. So I don't know, I would put me at like 60% head in the clouds.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's not crazy. You're not like gone.
No.
But like you're literally a little bit sometimes just like sometimes you're literally like, I was thinking about my cosplay. What?
I'm like, my brain rebooted.
Yeah. That happens to me too, but it's only when I'm like actively reading something and you try and talk to me, and it takes my second brain to like switch from thought to thought.
Yeah.
Things outside the box or colors inside the lines.
I really like coloring books. I don't know. I don't think I have particularly creative solutions to things.
I think that you're very good at coming up with magnets. No, I think that you're good at solving problems by coloring within the lines. Like, I think that you come up with conventional solutions to problems. Whereas I will sometimes go too far in the other direction of, like, I have this crazy solve. Yeah. And you're like, babe, there's a simpler way to do this.
Yeah, like, I think it would go, like, 60%, though.
Yeah.
Not really much further than that.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah. And for you...
I don't know. I think I would go, like, 65 the other way.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Well, actually, I'm going to go further. I'm going to go 75. Really? I was like, babe, you know how we should launch our D&D company? Let's do 173 straight hours of D&D. What's our charity event this year? We're going to do 8 streams over the course of a month.
Yeah, you know what? That is fair.
You know what? Actually, now that I'm like thinking about this more, I'm going to go 80. 5. I come up with dumb fucking ideas. What's funny is this dichotomy, though. Because I think that I think outside the box.
Yeah.
I'm also very realistic about what it takes to accomplish my ideas. Because Eric Wood says, I expect Nerdy to be higher on Head in the Cloud since every other book club comes with crazy new ideas for merch shows that don't always get follow through. It's because I have the ideas. Yeah. And then I sit down and look at them and go, is this a realistic thing that I can pull off or I want to spend money on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because I don't do that.
That is fair. Like, we went into Roleplay Relay 1 with the full expectations of what it would mean to host people for a full week.
But it was an insane idea.
Yeah.
All right, tense versus relaxed. This one's tough, because I have a lot of anxiety issues.
You're gonna need to go
But I'm also,
tense.
like, very relaxed about a lot of things that other people get tense about.
I don't know if that means, like ideas-wise. I feel like that, to me,
like,
seems
75.
physical.
Well, no, I think, like, 85. Like, sometimes I have, like, I might have an anxiety disorder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if you came away with an official diagnosis.
I mean, I do. I'm autistic.
I mean,
another diagnosis? Yeah. Tense or relaxed? You're tense.
Yeah.
Especially physically. Like, if it was body, it'd be 100.
I get, like, worked up.
Yeah.
Pretty easily. 70 maybe. I feel like you live in the extremes far more than I do.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I feel like we already knew that.
All right.
I don't know if that's 100%. I've definitely had to make decisions before.
Yeah, you've had to. It's the only time you make a decision is when you fucking have to.
I was like, we're watching Moulin Rouge today. That's a decision. Give me 95. Come on, give me 95. Right. Give me 95.
All right, I'll give you 95.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
What do you want to do for lunch? What do you want to eat today?
Muffins! I made muffins!
I know, they're so good.
They're so good, guys. I made these, like, protein muffins.
I go, like, 75 the other way.
Yeah. Although you like to be indecisive to like piss me off to make me decide things.
No.
Because I'll be like, okay, no, where do you want to eat?
And I'm like, I want to have
know.
Indian and you can't eat that. Or I want to have Guatemalan and you can't eat that.
I will eat rice.
I want to go to Chipotle. I want to go to Taco Bell.
I will eat rice.
I eat more than you do. Here's the problem. When you're not with me, when I'm by myself, choosing where to eat is the easiest fucking thing in the world. It is hard because feeding you is difficult. And I love you and I will do it for the rest of my life. But the only time I am ever indecisive about where to eat is when we are eating together.
Okay.
I look at a menu at every restaurant in the world and I read the options once and I know exactly what I'm eating. And I will only order that thing every time I go to that restaurant until the end of time, unless I get sick off of it once, and then I'll switch.
Fair.
I have ordered the same thing at McDonald's since I was 11 years old. I've not tried other things on the menu. I don't know what they taste like. They might be better, but I like the Big Mac. I'm not trying something else.
If you ever want to give Nerdy a gift, whiskey. It's old reliable. He's got a drink.
I love whiskey.
He does the whiskey.
The old fashioned.
If you ever need to, for any reason, buy Nerdy a gift, you can always get a good whiskey.
The sweetest thing you can do for me is just buy me a bottle of Jameson. Because I know I like it. Sure. You have a little lipstick on your tooth.
Thank you.
Like, Jameson is... It's not the greatest whiskey in the world, but God, I know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I do.
There you go.
Garian, double cheese might be better than Big Mac. No idea what it tastes like. Never tried it.
Doesn't that just mean double, like, processed American cheese?
No idea, because I've never ordered it. Because the only thing I've ever ordered at McDonald's is a Big Mac with a large fries. And now I don't drink soda, so I don't get a drink. At A&W, I get the double matzo burger and the sweet potato fries. I don't know the last time I had something else out of A&W. Couldn't tell you. I
switch between the Uncle or the Beyond Burger.
Yeah, there are restaurants where you have different things. I don't. Do you want to know what I've ordered at Tim Hortons every time I've gone to Tim Hortons for like 4 years? The sausage farmer's wrap. Have I tried other things? Yes. Tim Hortons is different because it's like sometimes I'll have a bagel. But
yeah. Great. So here's the thing. The fastest way to ruin any food for me is to put American cheese on it.
Yeah, American cheese is ass.
Or mayonnaise. Either way. You want to ruin something for me permanently? Those are the two things. 100%.
This one is tough for me.
You like stability.
Yeah, but I'm not like 100. You
no,
know what I mean?
I would
I'm
put
like
you
80.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's absolutely valid.
If it's restaurants, though, 100.
Sure.
If you take the one thing I order off of your menu at a restaurant, I just don't come back.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't go here anymore.
That's very free-spirited of Nerdy. They're different vibes, okay?
Yeah, but the other side of free-spirited was fucking disciplined. And I'm incredibly disciplined.
Yeah.
I will sit here and record reactions for 6 hours if it's what needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Likes change, like stability. I feel like you like change.
I like when things get shaken up a little bit. Like, I don't really want my life to be the same forever. I like that we travel around and we try new things.
Yeah.
But I truly would put me 50-50 because I think my mental health likes stability in a lot of ways.
I agree
like,
with that.
going to the gym in the mornings. You know what I mean? That makes that kind of, like, pattern recognition helps me manage my ADHD, and so I think honestly truly 50-50.
Great. Ends planner or spontaneous?
Spontaneous, I think. When we travel,
neither of us plan.
No, neither.
We're not a couple where one person plans and the other like goes along for the ride. No, we both wake up every day and go, "What are we gonna do today?"
We kind of fuck around. I would go 65.
We still haven't bought tickets to Japan.
I know. I would say 65%.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because I think that there are certain things that we do plan.
I think that you plan. I'm gonna go 76.
Yeah, that sounds
maybe
right.
maybe 80.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely more extreme than you are.
Oh.
In like almost every way.
Oh, I knew that.
Yeah. Ends justify the means, honorable actions. I think this is fair given book club. Does anyone in book club disagree with me?
Book club chat. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I'm not a big ends justify the means thing because I don't think that it ever actually works out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think that works out very well.
Yeah.
For people.
Yeah.
I think what is honorable is complicated, but I'm not really a big ends justify the means guy.
Yeah, I think chat agrees. Since the odium apologist. Yeah, that's fair. Sorry.
I don't. No. I don't prefer odium to honor. Honor's dead. Odium's interesting.
Mm-hmm. You also believe revolutionary murder is fine. That ends justify the means.
See, but the problem is I think that's honorable. I think there is I think it is honorable to fight against your oppressors. Like, so I actually disagree with you. I don't think that that's ends justify
I think
the means.
that's really tough because any individual's interpretation of what honor is going to be different. Like, can you ever say that murder is honorable? Some people will say yes and some people will say no. Right? Honor in and of itself is too vague of a concept, I think, for this to be a good opposite.
See, here's my problem. I think that ends justify the means is used by oppressive society, top-down people, in order to keep the peace of an oppressive society. And I think that is the opposite of the honor of fighting for the people who are being oppressed. And I think that that is a very different thing.
Yeah.
And so it's honor. I'm saying honorable actions under my understanding of honor, which is different than other people's, but yeah.
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 Yeah, I think that this is a really tough slider, to be honest.
Yeah, the problem is that I don't think that revolutionary violence is... Yeah, Chloe Root is 100% right. I think revolutionary violence isn't objectionable.
Yeah.
Like... I think that, yeah, it's how you see it, and this is just how I see it. I don't believe in ends justify the means, because I have a very strong sense of what I think honorable actions are. It's complicated, but this is where I'm going. Like, I think that this is a big Wheel of Time spoiler for the end of Wheel of Time.
All right.
But it is the best example of this that I think is consistent with my worldview.
Spoiler in 3, 2, 1, go.
I am deeply troubled by the way in which they use slaves in the final fight.
Yeah.
And I don't think that Matt's actions are justifiable, even though they kind of help save the day. Because you shackled women and made those women die for your cause. I think that using women in bondage as your spear in your fight is not actually a justifiable end to that series.
Right. Okay. I see what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I lean really hard the other way, because I had a problem with it, even if it was the only way to survive.
Yeah. No more spoilers.
Spoilers over.
No more spoilers. This will be our end of spoiler.
Yeah.
Indication.
Claroos, ends justify the means, honorable actions.
I don't know. I think we're pretty similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I would go like 90.
Okay.
But I think that ends justify the means is a slippery slope that, again, never ends well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem. I think killing Sadius is honorable because Sadius is a murderer who tried to, like, literally kill an entire platoon of soldiers. I see killing Sadius as an honorable thing, and so that's why this slider is really difficult for me, because it depends on what your view of honor is.
I think Dalinar should have killed him earlier. Atomic Guava, I don't make a lot of promises because I don't make a lot of promises. You know what I mean? And there's a reason for that. I don't promise people things very often because I think that there's a lot of value in promises, and I don't make promises I don't intend to keep.
Honorable would have him on trial if you can guarantee a fair and just trial, but Sadius is a fucking slimeball.
I don't believe in the honor of trials, so I don't necessarily agree with that. Because trials are just society imposing their will upon people.
Judah, thank you for that super chat. Yeah, but killing him then concealing it.
No, it was an ends justify the means. I don't like what Adolin did there. I'm surprised you guys think that I like Adolin's actions there. I feel like I've done nothing but complain about that and how it was handled. and then it didn't go anywhere.
Which is why I think I am less over on the slider, because I kind of get what Adolin did. That's why I was like, well, I don't think I'm as far over as you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. This one is tough.
Yeah. Playful or serious, babe?
Am I ever serious?
More than me.
Yeah, I guess. I would go like 65.
You don't, like, I'm way more than 65 playful.
Yeah.
Especially backstage at the show, goddamn.
Yeah.
I've done way too much children's theater, so I'm gonna go like 85.
Yeah. That checks out. You're serious when we're talking about slavery.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's about it. So 15% of the time.
Yeah. Which 15% of book club, unfortunately, is about slavery, because
I think
every one of these books, and Kushil's Dart, we're not free. Although Kushil's Dart is actually, I really like it.
Fascinating,
guys. I'm so excited for Sunday. Jacqueline Carey is a goddamn good writer. Yeah, her prose is sexy.
We're very, very excited. I do want to say though, like, you know, we were like looking for like kind of like a fun smut book, so I think we're gonna also do another smut book in February.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be February 2nd.
Valentine's Day. So I think we're gonna do the runner-up book for that,
which is the Morning Glory Milking Farm.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that as well. But I'm actually like in a way super glad we are doing Kushil's Dart, because I find it fascinating.
I think it's so good.
Yeah.
I like Kushil's Dart a lot. It is not playful smut. So whoever recommended it, you failed at the assignment. But I'm excited that we're reading the book. So
but
it's
I'm
fine.
glad. You always tell the truth. I'd put you at like 80%.
You think so?
Yeah. I think our reactions are very indicative of always.
Do you think only 80%?
I mean,
do you ever know me to be dishonest?
Well, it doesn't say dishonest. It says bends the truth. I think you don't always say...
some of my stories are a little exaggerated sometimes, I think. I think that I remember my own stories a little bit grander than they might have actually been.
Like, sometimes you'll be telling a story that I was there for.
Yeah.
And I don't say anything, but I know that it's, like, a little bit aggrandized.
I sometimes tell stories with a little bit of the, like, what's going to make the audience enjoy... Like, it's true,
You tell it like a story.
Yeah.
You are Hoyt in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not... I don't lie.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What about you?
I think this is the one where I'm more extreme than you, and I think I go 95% truth.
Yeah.
I really, like, couldn't tell you the last time I, like, told a lie or embellished. I feel like I am very, again, hard on my sleeve, honest. Like, I really don't...
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really fuck around with that. I think that's the one where
I agree. I think you're a very honest person.
Feel like I live in the extreme. I just don't really see a point in bending the truth most of the time.
God, the more of these book clubs I watch, the more nerdy is just a less flippant Hoyt. I think why I struggle with him so much.
Him. That's why you don't like him.
I see too much of myself in him.
Exactly.
I'm like, oh no, he's so pretentious, and that means I'm pretentious. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it. I think that I would be a fun world hopper. The only thing is the difference between me and Hoyt is that I wouldn't be able to not be involved. If I had that kind of power, I wouldn't be able to hold back. Yeah. I would get myself killed.
Yeah. But if you were thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years old, would you be more like Hoyt in that sense? Who knows? Yeah. You'll never know.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe I would change over time.
Yeah.
Maybe Hoyt was just a musical theater kid from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, you know? Likes to take things apart. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Give me like 70% likes to take things apart.
Really?
Yeah, because when I'm editing stuff or putting together content or like scheduling or anything like that, like if I already have half the work done and then I change my mind on how I want it to be, I fucking have no problem just being like, fuck it, and starting over.
Which way do you think I go? Because I know.
I think likes to take things apart. I think you like...
Fuck no.
No? Okay.
If it ain't broke. If it ain't broke, leave that shit alone. If it's broke, I will take it apart. You know what I mean? If something's not working, I will happily take it apart, figure it out, and put it back together. Happily.
Mm-hmm.
But if it ain't broke, I ain't touching that shit. I will only jiggle with it once it is falling apart. And even then, I'll probably get someone else to do it.
Okay.
I am not someone that would take something apart for a 5% improvement.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Great sir, I'm not a mattress on the floor guy. I've always had a bed frame. I'm way too tall. Do you know how far away the floor is? A bed frame, like, just raising the bed up a little bit means I don't have to go all the way to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's a real hardship for nerdy.
But, like, the cheapest bed frame at IKEA is this. I bought the same, that $100 matte black one, Malm. I owned it 3 different times.
Yeah.
Because it's the cheapest one, and it's just exactly what I needed.
Yeah.
And that's me. I bought the same bed frame 3 times. Yeah. Because I was like, I know I like it. It's cheap. And it works. Yeah. I'm 6'4". I can't sleep on the ground. It's just too far to get up in the mornings when my knees are tired.
Are you hotel or camping?
Ooh.
This one's so tough because I think it, like, changes as you get older.
It's not even that. It's that, like, when have we had time to go camping? I fucking love camping. But it's such a commitment.
Too, yeah.
Now that, like, we just don't have time for.
I know, this one's really tough. I used to love...
I'm honestly going to stay 50-50.
Yeah, I think I'm honestly going to be 50-50 too.
And we're also so privileged in that we've spent so much time in hotels that I'm kind of over them.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, I
like being home.
I love staying
Is home an option?
Yeah, right. I love staying in a hotel and being comfortable and taken care of. But I also find a lot of joy in, like, you know, pitching up a tent, like cooking, like, tinfoil dinners on the fire and, like, hiking around.
But here's my problem, right? Like, I have stayed in the nicest suite in a 5-star hotel.
Yeah.
And I have built a tent out of snow called a Quonset hut and spent a week sleeping in a snow tent without a real tent. And I have loved both of those experiences.
Yeah.
And so it's tough. Like, obviously I would rather stay in the nicest hotel in the world just because, fuck, is it nice. But, like, yeah, I'm not really... I don't have a problem with... I'm not someone who gets, like, grossed out by bugs. If I wake up and a bug is crawling on me in a tent, I'm like, whatever. You know what I mean? It just doesn't really faze me.
Yeah.
And so I really do think I'm both.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go 60% hotel, but that's about it. Like...
But, like, yeah, I'll go camping. I'll go to a nice resort. Right?
Yeah.
I'm just kind of either way.
Yeah, I hear you.
Ooh, fencing or boxing? This is an interesting question. I feel like you and I are both fencing people just because we like swords.
I mean, I like swords, but also, like, I have only... Like, I don't, like, hit people. Like, I cannot bring myself to hit people. And the only time that I ever, like, slapped a guy was to embarrass him while he was getting laid.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
While he was getting laid with you?
No, I was at a party and my boyfriend and I went off to go hook up in a room and he deliberately walked in. So I waited till he was hooking up with a girl and I walked in the room and I slapped him across the face.
I've never heard this story before.
That's all there is to it.
What? That's so funny.
Yeah,
Oh my god, that's so mean. I love it.
I'm not very mean very often.
Oh, I love you so much. So you want to go fencing then?
Yeah, I can't. No, that is the one and only time.
You don't want to punch someone ever.
Here's the thing. I've been interested in taking a boxing class, but I actually know that it would be an active thing that I would need to get over. So I'm gonna go like 95%.
Okay.
But yeah, that is a thing that I did that, like, you know, I don't know if I would do now, but I'm not mad that
I gotta go. I've been in enough fights. I know what it's like to get punched, but I really enjoy fencing and sword fights. So
yeah.
I've studied a lot of swords, different kinds of sword combat. Like, I have certificates in rapier and dagger combat, knife combat, unarmed combat, and I have studied sword and buckler, quarterstaff, and broadsword. So like for me, like I'm a big weapons guy, and so it's a kind of
no. I hear you 100%.
I've punched people in the face.
Thank you, Roland. Appreciate it.
I've broken some noises.
Some noises.
Some noises.
Mm-hmm.
Artistic versus scientific. Well, last week I said that
I don't think you
uranium wasn't a metal.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go 100% artistic. I think that I'm so artistic that I think I'm scientific. But I'm not.
You go so far one direction that
I believe I'm the other, but I'm actually not. I wouldn't go 100% because I do actually enjoy science. I'm gonna go like 80. But I think I'm far more. Yeah, I'm gonna go 80.
Yeah, like I think you.
I enjoy math enough that I can't go 100%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I'm an artist professionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nerdy wants to be scientific. Neither of you have any right to be scientific. Or I'm very well aware. I don't know how the world works. Like truly. So I think you can go put me at 100.
I'm not bad at science. I just haven't taken any. I haven't been in class. Like, here's the thing.
There has just been so many times when book club tells you that you are so wrong.
Sure, but I have an interesting theory.
Okay.
Other people just know what the truth is.
Theorizing is artistic.
I think that the reason why I can't go 100% artistic is because when I was taking science in school, I was very good at it.
Yeah. No,
you know
and
I
would
mean?
agree. I don't think you're 100% artistic.
If I needed to go study something and like take a physics course, I could. I'm just not actively doing that, so I'm just guessing based on my understanding of the world.
Claroos can divide art by 0. That is correct.
Yeah. Book smart, street smart. Ooh, I am gonna go like 75% book smart. Yeah, I don't know if I'd go that far over, but
for you or for me?
For you, I might. If that's what you think, I would put you more. Yeah. I think that you have knowledge on like a vast variety of things, but I think that you're. But it's because I read a lot. Well, but I also think that your street smarts are a little bit better than maybe this gives credit to. I don't think so. I think. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely think I'm really good at reading a book and then taking a test on it.
Gotcha. I mean,
that is something that I'm very.
Except that Tuan is black, you know what I mean?
Book smart or street smart, you fucking minx.
I'm very street smart. Yeah. Book smart is not you. If it doesn't interest me,
like 80.
Yeah. We'll go with 80.
Yeah, I agree with that. Paladin or rogue? Oh, we're almost done.
Oh wow. For me, oh god. I don't know. I feel like I have a very strong sense of right and wrong.
I know the problem with Paladin to me is that like it's so religiously connotated.
Yeah, I'm taking the religious aspect out of it. Like I think I have a strong sense of right and wrong, and I don't feel like I'm very roguish.
Yeah.
Even though I love the rogue aesthetic, don't get me wrong. Sneaking around with daggers strapped to my thighs is great.
Where do you want to be on here?
Like 75, 70. Sure. 70.
Let's do the last 3 and then we'll do my last 3. Competitive or casual?
Okay. My phone is giant. It's
a huge phone.
It's too large. It's why I have a handle to grab on.
Because you actually can't hold it.
Because I literally am like, my hand doesn't fucking wrap around this. Oh, I think I pressed the volume button.
Sir Jimmer says, I understand book versus street smarts, as in you're in a new place. Where would you get information about the place? You don't need to ask around. So Jimmer, I'm going to Japan in April, and so I'm doing Duolingo every day to make sure that I know enough Japanese to get around, which is why I think that I'm book smart.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm going to Japan in 4 months. Let's try and learn as much of the language as possible.
Yeah. Am I competitive or am I casual? I'm competitive. I feel like I'm not very honest about that sometimes with like myself, but I think I'm more competitive than I like to be. Like, let's go 70. I don't know. Right. I definitely have a competitive streak. but in a way that sometimes I'm like not like proud of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think 70.
Transparency or need to know?
Huh?
Transparency or need to know?
What does that mean?
Like, do you think that information should be shared, or do you think that you should only share information that other people need to know?
Depends on the person. Like, if I'm like, you can't handle this.
Yeah.
Then I'm not going to put them in
general,
a position.
Do you think that the government should be honest with the population, or do you think that they should keep things back?
Yeah, I think more transparency, for sure.
How far?
Again, y'all are naked on camera. Yeah, that's like... You know what? I feel like if we're going by, like, our content especially, like, I'm gonna, like, 85%.
Right.
I'm not trying to hide shit. Like, whether
We've
or not...
openly talked about we've openly been like, yeah, we're gonna, a girl's coming over for a threesome tonight on book club.
Yeah. I think...
We're so weird. Why are we like this?
Yeah. No, I think that's actually pretty accurate. All right, let's do yours.
No, you have to say the words.
Oh, that's hilarious. Wait, we're going to reveal mine before yours, but people wanted to see yours first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nerdy tells us too much, I know. Paladin or rogue? Here's the thing. I think that I would be a really good rogue. Like, I'm a really good thief. When I had a klepto phase when I was 13, I stole so many video games that I got both of the managers of the Sony store in South Center Mall fired.
But then you got caught once and you got a talking to and you never ever did it again, which I think is way more Paladin's.
Technically, I got caught twice in the same week, and I was like, I got away with it. This is gonna... It was more about the consequences than it was... It doesn't matter.
I don't know. I think that you also have a strong sense of right
more
now.
Paladin. I think that when I was a kid, I was very roguey because nobody liked me. Now that I have friends and everyone doesn't bully me all the time. Here's the thing. When I was getting bullied every day and I really felt like I had no friends and I was very depressed, I was very roguish because I just hated everybody. And now that I have people that I love and I feel like I have a lot of power in my life, I do feel like I'm more Paladin now.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to go like 80% Paladin.
Damn. All right.
But, like, you know.
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah. Competitive or casual? Where would you place me on this?
Competitive.
Yep. Transparency, need to know.
We don't play Monopoly.
I can't not put transparency at 100%.
I don't think there's a thing that you've ever hidden.
I'm so honest that people actively ask me not to be. Like, sometimes people are like, I just don't need to know this about you, man. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I get that. All right. Shall we say the words?
Life before death. Strength before weakness. Journey before destination. Hey!
All right. Yeah, that checks out.
I'm shocked. 0%.
Protecting those who cannot protect themselves.
Windrunner, Will
Never
Shaper.
would've seen that coming.
This makes sense. Honestly, I thought Will Shaper was... there was a good chance.
Yeah.
Stoneward, Skybreaker, Edgedancer.
Yeah.
Truth Watchers.
Wow, you weren't even close to Bondsmith. Sorry, babe.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be good for it. Elf's Caller, I'm not really a liar.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Lightweaver is even this high.
I'm not. Creativity.
I thought Edgedancer would be a lot higher.
Okay, interesting. Honestly,
I'm not that surprised by any of this.
Yeah, no, that checks out.
Your top one was 80% Sir Jimmers? That's crazy.
That is strong. All right.
This doesn't surprise me, though, because I genuinely think that, like, if I was in this world, I would protect people. Like that.
Yeah.
And I think that me railing against slavery the way that I have for 3 years on this podcast is so evident in what I believe in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I really do care.
Yeah. Yeah. Chloe says the blurbs have good lore.
Like, wait. Good lore or...
There's no spoilers in this test.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your Windrunner gives you access to surges of adhesion and gravitation. We knew that. Adhesion allows you to bind things together. Gravitation allows you to change the direction and strength of an object's gravitational attraction, including that of yourself, which which essentially gives you the power of flight.
Hell yeah.
Windrunners are primarily scouts, though they often work as special forces groups, able to deliver teams of Radiants behind enemy lines for secret missions. The Order tends to attract big sibling types.
No, can't see. No.
Who want to look out for the defenseless. But also those who enjoy action and want to fight for what they believe in. Windrunners tend to be the most like conventional soldiers, believing in structures of command. Well, team dynamics, yes. And the importance of a squad of brothers and sisters. I do agree in that. They tend to have large numbers of squires than other orders and focus more on any other order on mastering their weapons. That, I mean, it just works. I get it. This is the most... of these orders, this is the most like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So I'll take a photo of this, and I'll put that in that channel.
Yeah, I saw that we have a whole channel for it now, which I love.
Claroos, say the words.
Life before death, strength before weakness, journey before destination. Big money, big money.
Wait, really?
Wait, what? 71%?
Equal Windrunner and Lightweaver.
Damn, that's pretty sick. I'll take that. Damn, I was even closer to Bondsmith than you were.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. You would be better at bringing people together than I am.
I guess maybe. Wow, that seems wild to me.
I love that Else Color is 25%. Like, you're so far from being Yasna. It's crazy.
Oh, no, I'm not like Yasna in the
Like,
slightest.
the fun thing is, like, Lightweaver and Else Color share a surge. And, like, Lightweaver's so high up and Else Color's so far down.
True. 50% Bondsmith is really high, actually.
That's wild.
Well, I guess I'm a more special boy than you are.
Yeah, but the fact that Windrunner, Lightweaver, you are Kaladin and Shallan.
Like literally
that's wild.
equal. That's so fun. Cryptics and Honor Sprint fighting over Claroos. I would start wars. The Greeks would go to war over this profile.
Let's go, Windrunners.
That's very fun.
Look at us shocked that we got the main character one.
Yeah. Okay, I'm super curious. Is this a surprise to people? Like genuinely.
I'm not surprised that I got Windrunner.
You think 25? I got minus 15%. That's wild.
Wait, you can have a minus?
Yeah. Some people are saying they got like minus 5% on Bondsmith or something.
That's wild.
Yeah, I get 2 Spren. I am the most special boy.
You're twinborn.
I am. Yeah. All right, I'm genuinely curious. Is chat surprised or
All right.
not?
You're gonna set up. It's already been 2 hours 40 minutes, and we have to do the thing. So can you please set up the PowerPoint that you made, and I'm gonna go pee.
All right.
We did one casting together this time. We didn't do 2 separate ones, so.
Yes, we have one cast list that we worked on.
Just open it on here, and it'll still be there.
I guess I surprised people, but you are not a surprise.
I'm not a surprise.
You predicted Lightweaver for me? Okay. Here's the thing. If I was to be like, who do I think I am before taking this quiz, I feel like I would have said either Windrunner or Lightweaver, but then I would have felt silly because they're like the 2 main characters, and I would have been like, well, am I just self-inserting myself as the protagonist of this show? Should probably read the blurb. How do I read the blurb for Lightweaver? Like, can I click it? I mean, I kind of got different, but only because I got 71%, like, equally. Lightweavers are artists or else colors. I am so not a scientist. Yeah, 100%. I don't actually know if I can, like, read the Lightweaver blurb. There's a link if that order doesn't... Oh, here we go. Wait. I want to open that in a new link so that I can take a photo of this. Open link in new tab. Okay. Oh, Simon, you were so close to 69%. I will seek self-mastery. No. I will remember. Here's the thing. I could never be an edge dancer. I can't remember shit. Okay, I will speak my truth. Lightweaver O's are an oddity, perhaps because their own spren tend to be the oddest among all radiant spren. Instead of speaking specific words or even words along a certain theme, Lightweavers speak truths about themselves. Things they must admit to themselves in order to progress as people. I've done a lot of self-reflection, so that checks out. I feel like I'm reading my horoscope. It is theorized that because Lightweavers live on the line between reality and fiction, it is important for them to be able to separate the real from the lie, and only with the proper ability to do so can they move forward. Yeah, that's fair. Lightweavers are the Radiants most interested in the arts. Yes. Including all kinds of visual arts and theater? Yes. They range widely in personality, from the quiet and introspective painter to the outgoing and gregarious stage performer. Damn. With everything in between. What unites them is a love of art, although there are some few who are more interested in the intrigue, secrets, and espionage. They are the spies of the Knights Radiant. I honestly think I would make a bad spy, but it'd be fun. Often untrusted by others, such as skybreakers, for the love of subterfuge. They have a reputation for having looser morals than other orders. That might be true. But the Lightweavers are quick to point out that their personal values are strong. Yeah. My personal morals are what drive me. You got negative 17%. Damn. How do you get negative percentages? That's interesting. They don't feel the need to match what more hardline orders tend to be about. They can be vague with the O's, and many say is far more cultivation in them than honor. I would agree with that. Others, despite this saying all orders have an equal mix, despite some naming themselves honor spren, Lightweavers tend to be free spirits. See, I had a tough time with that question, but many among the order see the importance of entertainment, beauty, and art in a person's life and strive to make sure that the world doesn't just live through the desolations, because mere survival isn't enough unless there's something to live for. Yeah, that's fair. That is valid. 100%. Very cool. I will be there when I'm needed. Interesting. That's so fun. That was very cool. I'm very glad that we did that. This was a fun experience. And I liked that the questions were not simple. Like, sometimes when you do those, like, sorting quizzes and shit like that, you're like, well, obviously it's this.